Welcome back. So, a few orders of business. I have an arts and culture podcast that I'm recording every week with my assistant. It's kind of mixed in with a bit of comedy because that's just what it devolves into, or evolves into, actually. I've been away for a bit because I got so tired and so burned out. On top of it all, I have like a breathing issue. It's not asthma, I checked. And because I burned out, I decided to do what usually worked for me to stop working. I have a hard time not working on the days off, okay? I keep catching myself doing something that I'm not supposed to. One thing that always helped me is play Sims. You can complete tasks, you can control up to 8 Sims on a lot, bitch. It always worked for me. And at first I obviously played Sims 4, but at first I mean this time around. The new expansions definitely fixed some of the issues that I had with the 4th iteration of the game. It did remind me of Life Simmer and Generations LP, and I went and rewatched both seasons. Actually makes me feel like a kid again. That made me want to play Sims 3. And just to paint a picture, when everyone I knew was playing Sims 3, I was playing Sims 2 because that's the game that I had, and Sims 3 was quite expensive, so it is what it is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. In my late teens, I finally got Sims 3. Not all of the expansions, but some of them. And I was just flabbergasted by the open world, honestly, and everything that offered. It kind of made me want to play Sims 3 again and just see how I feel about it now. So I downloaded the game and got all of the expansions except for Showtime. I did get a bit of nostalgia from the whole thing, of course. But at the same time, The Sims 3, even as a base game, definitely was more fleshed out than Sims 4. This is not to disregard the amount of work that's been done on Sims 4 in the past 10 years, but just to give you a frame of reference, Sims 3 has been on the market and their main game for 5 years. Same thing with Sims 2. I believe it was the same with Sims 1, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember. Sims 4 has been around for 10 years, and only now, after the release of the Love Pack and the Family Pack, in combination with all the other shit, all the expansion packs that came out before, it feels more comparable now. Like, it doesn't feel like it's not a fair fight at all, as it used to feel for 10 goddamn years, okay? Now, if you're someone who plays Sims 4 and you've never played Sims 3, I do recommend it. I have more nostalgia for Sims 2 just because of me playing it more, even though technically speaking I should have been playing Sims 3 because it was like the time when it was being released. I created a Winx household, and one of the criticisms of Sims 3 is that all of the Sims look bad. They look similar to each other, and people call it like potato face or some shit like that. I don't really agree with the face stuff, to be honest, because to me I feel like all of my girlies turned out different, and I'm gonna show them to you. But the only problem that I do have is with the bodies. Sims 3 allows you to control some things, for example, muscle definition, how skinny or fat they are, how big the muscles are, or how big the chest area is, but there's no control in terms of actually designing different body types. Like, you are stuck with the same type of body. In terms of face, they're all different. To me, they are, because like, you just gotta go play with the little toggles more, you know, but overall you can do it. In Sims 3, you can have fairies, so obviously I had a full house of fairies, bitch, like hello. So all of them have wings. One of the biggest things that I love about Sims 3 is that you can control the pattern and color to a T. You can do whatever you want with it. For example, if you have a pair of shorts, you basically get 1,000 pair of shorts technically, because you can change the color to whatever you want. But not only the color, bitch, it's not just color wheel. You can also choose any of the patterns that are in the game. For example, here with Aisha, I literally put on a random bathing suit and then chose a random pattern and controlled and changed every single part of that pattern. You can genuinely do shit like that. And this came out in 2009, bitch. How many years ago was that? 15? That also goes for the hair color. You have highlights, root color, medium tones. Obviously there's like custom content that you can download the same way as you do for Sims 4. When it comes to the wings, even, you can control the colors. I actually kind of snapped on the girls, like, you can't tell me nothing. Look at Bloom. And I was like looking at her, realized that the eye color is a little bit too blue and it needs to be a bit more turquoise. So I went in and I changed it to the perfect shade that I think is exactly Bloom color. Come on now. Come on now, bitch. To me, her face and Stella's face, they don't look the same at all. Same with Flora, for example. This outfit, this winter outfit, I snapped so hard on that one, you can't tell me shit. As you can see, the original, the colors are like gray, beige, and like blue or whatever the fuck, but you can tell that you can control all of those little details, so you can easily change that. Musa also looks different to me than the other girls. Like, I mean, come on. After I created my characters, okay, and I'm gonna show you them while I'm yapping up close, and I want to talk about gameplay. Sims 3 is an open world, and bitch, when I tell you it changes everything, I mean it. I'm one of those people who really get bored when I'm playing with one sim at a time, because I'm a lifelong simmer. Like, seriously, like, I literally, this was my first game and I'm still playing it. I'm pretty good at it, kinda, and I do feel underwhelmed in terms of how much I can actually do when I take a few of my sims to a different lot and the rest of them are back home. When it comes to Sims 4, right, you have to have like a loading screen between everything that you do, and I don't really mind waiting. The problem is not the wait time, honestly. For me, it's not that at all, especially because my laptop is pretty fast. It just doesn't feel like they exist in the same universe. It's very, very fragmented. You don't feel like these characters are existing in the same place at the same time, and it all comes down to the fact that it's not even about your household, just it is about the fact that the other Sims in your town feel like they come out of nowhere and disappear into the void whenever you're not around them. The way that the world is functioning in The Sims 3 is actually a very, very sophisticated system. The algorithm itself, the ideas they had in terms of how to make a city work, like if someone goes to the bar, to make sure that there is a barista or a barman there or something like that, and to have hot spots in the city or whatever the hell. It's just a very interesting system. Like, genuinely, you guys should look it up on YouTube, videos that explain how the Sims 3 open world function in terms of just the programming. Like, it's really, really interesting. This feeling of being surrounded by Sims doing random shit because they are in this city 24/7, just like your Sims, and they have jobs that they have to be at. And if someone tells you, for example, oh, I can't do something right now, when you're asking them, like inviting them over or something like that, it's usually because they're at their job, and then you find out through your other sim that that sim is working with your sim. They actually have the same schedule, and yeah, they're always at work at that time. Like, it's kind of crazy how it actually feels like the schedule matters. Like, their lives are lives. Like, they have their own schedule. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not just gonna be available at any time during the day. And I feel like with Sims 4, it always felt like they're always available even when they're not home. Also, just the feeling of how long it takes to get to a certain place. Let me just tell you a few of the things that happened, because the thing is, I created the Winx, okay? I should probably upload them somewhere, right? Created the Winx, I created the tricks, and I made all the specialists, okay? Naboo included. All the later season guys not included, just saying. The world that I chose, I regret choosing it because Island Paradise expansion, but it's like this city that's kind of like an island. It's beautiful. It's so bright, that's why I chose it. And it is famous for how buggy it is. And it is buggy because it is just doing some things that are really, really hard to do. For example, you can live on a boat building. It's kind of like a boat, kind of. There's a bunch of them in the world, and everybody can literally go around either in their house or like their little boats. Genuinely a lot of movement on the water. Because the buildings are moving, it creates a lot of issues in terms of routing. Picking out the town is going to be better because it's not going to be laggy. But is it cute as fuck? Like, yeah, it is. When I started recording stuff for this video, the world glitched out, okay? And while I was fixing it, I tried to also get Stella and Flora to get one of their wishes fulfilled, which was having like a water balloon fight or some shit like that. I didn't even notice it because I was trying to fix the town issue. Then in the background, instead of the water balloon fight, they decided to amorously hug and flirt instead. I wanted to set it up just like it is in the show and then do a bunch of dramatic shit. Do you know what I mean? And they kept on getting in my way. Like, it was so annoying. But Stella and Brendan got together pretty quickly. I didn't even have to do much. They just kind of liked each other immediately. I got Bonehilda because I never had it before. It's like a skeleton maid, and she kept on drinking drinks from the bar, and the drink would just go through her and end up on the floor all the fucking time. Is it annoying? Yes. Did I love it anyway? Yes, because it's entertaining as shit. Like, what am I supposed to tell you? I see Flora dancing with Tekna, slow dancing. Again, like, they're just always in the way of me setting up the pairings. There's like this adorable side quest where I saw 3 of the specialists just staring at a little chipmunk outside. I created Helio with the traits that I thought would make him kind of like Helio in the show, but he's such a fuckboy, it's crazy. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. He hit up Tekna online.
And if you want to be completely goddamn disappointed, sure, yeah. If you like disappointment, absolutely. And monotony, yeah, join.
You just had an amorous conversation with Flora, so what the hell is going on? I made Bloom a firefighter, and I'm gonna tell you what.
Hello, wait, Yaka, Frank.
Active careers in Sims 3 slap so hard. The firefighter career is great. The ghost hunter career is fantastic. I also made Stella a stylist, so she keeps on going like styling people or whatever, and you're actually just going into create a sim and styling people. All of those jobs, they all came in one pack. Tattoo artist, invention skill. It's just there was so much in one pack, bitch. I believe that there's 80 packs for Sims 4, and only now it feels like it's in any shape or form close to compare and contrast with Sims 3. 10 years, 80 packs versus 5 years. I believe it's 11 expansions, and overall it's like 20 something packs. Before packs came packed to the brim, okay? Not stuff packs. Stuff packs have always sucked. Like, let's be for real, they always sucked. Also, Aisha is a lifeguard. It's also an active career. You keep on like saving Sims and whatever.
Where's it?
And it's funny because I found Darcy on the beach when Aisha was working.
Tosh? But Tosh.
Icy was drowning.
Robin!
Did it glitch for a second? It's funny that Aisha is trying to save Ice's life and Darcy's in the back, just not giving a fuck, just sunbathing. Fantastic. Musa and Aisha keep on having existential crises, staring out the windows. Contemplating life. There's so many traits in Sims 3, bitch. Like, in the base game, it's like 64 or some shit. It's crazy. I also snapped on tricks. You can't tell me nothing. Absolutely killed it. Like, this is crazy. The best part was when Stella got invited to a party, and when she showed up there, Darcy was there, and they have never met each other. At that point, they haven't crossed paths at all. And what did Stella do? She straight up walked over to her without me directing her. Like, this was their first interaction, okay? She walked over to her and slapped her in the face with a glove.
Nick, the top.
Ah! Yerba? So tea. Vor harn.
Nazca, Twiz, Lima.
Ni Yarbo.
Herb. Savina? Arskavina? Venetka? Marfa Levka. Ubi Dow.
I love this stupid ass game. Like, it is just so entertaining. Is it perfect that it happened specifically to these 2 characters? Yes. Would I recommend recreating characters that maybe you read about in a book somewhere, or maybe a TV show, or maybe a movie or something like that, just to have those established ideas in your head about what should happen, kind of experience how things are going right or wrong, just to make it a little bit more fun? Yes. Okay. Now, in Sims 4, you could get an engagement, for example, a proposal, whatever, autonomously from a sim that you don't control, and it kind of made things a lot more fun. But I still feel like they don't really do a lot of autonomous shit that's kind of entertaining. And at that party that Stella went to, both Darcy and Stormy were wearing sausage outfits. Fantastic. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Honestly, I loved it. At a different party, Sky showed up without a top on. I don't know why. He doesn't have a trait that's supposed to cause that, so I don't know what the hell happened there. They always react to each other in terms of if someone walks in and they had like a scandal or something in the city, you might not even know it, but all the Sims in the room are starting to boo or starting to cheer depending on their like traits. Fucking love it.
Oh, yahoo!
Tekna straight up danced with the guy and then booed him.
so. Welky Ben.
That's some alpha shit. Stormy, first of all, beautiful. Second of all, immediately goes to mock Tekna. And then, for some reason, later on at the party, she came up to her and tried to hug her, but like in an amorous way. She's really confused, honestly. If you have supernatural expansion, you also get zombies. Who the hell is that? Oh, a zombie. This is my first zombie. I've never seen a zombie in this game before. This is an exciting little moment. She's wearing shade. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Oh, okay. Self-inflicted jump scare, okay. When it is a full moon and bitch, they scare the shit out of me, but I'm not gonna turn it off because it's kind of actually fun to me. They spawn out of nowhere and then they walk in such a weird way. They spooked me a couple of times. Flora went to get the mail and she got a bunch of love letters for all the girls. Bloom got a love letter from Sky. Aisha got a note from Naboo. I was happy about that. I was like, oh damn, okay, we're getting it, okay. Based on all those notes, I was like, Flora needs to write a love letter to Helia. This is so Flora and Helia, come on now.
And if you want to be completely goddamn disappointed, sure, yeah. If you like disappointment, absolutely. And monotony, yeah, join.
Zaga!
Stella and Brendan. That animation slaps. Bloom is supposed to go to work. She gets a call from Sky and he's like, do you want to come over and like chat or whatever the fuck? And it's like 7 a.m. But I'm bored, so I say yes. She goes there and like, tell me, this has been multiple days, like maybe a week, sim week, maybe more. Girl, I don't know for sure, but it's been a few days I've been playing with them. She shows up and out of curiosity, I make her ask every single one of them, okay, if they got a job. Tell me why none of the 6 guys in this room have a job while they live in a 1-bedroom house. She shows up in the morning. Every single one of them has got a 6-pack of abs. Why doesn't anyone have a pack of job? Just one single pack of job. Not even jobs, just a job. Just one. I didn't notice what Aisha was doing because she was at work, and then I realized that she peed herself, and then everyone started talking about it in this city. She had a moodlet that she was embarrassed for 3 days. Then she goes to a party. Everyone's booing her for it. And it's like, okay, rude much, first of all. Second of all, Stormy is peeing, like literally pissing herself right in front of you and you're not reacting to it. What is this? Is it because she's a witch and Aisha is a fairy? Is that why? Anyway, this has been like a couple of days of me playing with them, and I'm just saying that I think that the immersion genuinely comes, a lot of it is coming from the fact that the city is alive without your contribution. Like, you can change things and you can edit details to the point where you can add as many lots as you want to. There could be so many. I believe that the limit is like 100 lots. It's insane, honestly. I wish I filmed more, but I kind of just got this idea to film this whole thing when I was already playing with it for a while. This game slaps. It just feels like things are happening all the time and you're reacting to them while you're trying to also do your own vision of what you want them to do. And it's just a really satisfying type of dynamic where you don't feel like you have to force nonsense to happen for things to feel interesting. With Sims 4 right now, one of my Sims died from laughing, and right before then she got engaged, but it was done through her boyfriend calling one of the girls who lives with her and being like, in her bag I found a box with a ring, and it's like, no, Okay, no, you didn't, because I controlled that sim and I did not do none of that. But it is fun, you know. However, it feels like it kind of ran out of steam all of a sudden. It's just like as soon as I start feeling like Sims 4 is adding something, it will always lack a certain something. Specifically the dynamic, it lacked a lot in terms of the dynamics of the Sims themselves, but now I think that they have kind of closed that gap a little bit. However, they did not close the gap of the city not feeling alive. They did not close the gap of this rabbit holes and everything feeling like set dressing. And I know that there are rabbit holes in Sims 3. It just doesn't feel as egregious because the world is constantly moving and it's constantly doing shit. And even going to work or going back from work, it just feels that much more interesting just because there is a specific location that you can see in the city where your sim is working and where they live and them kind of going there, you know. It just feels more immersive and more fun, and there's just like a lot of nonsense going on in the background. You can just zoom in anywhere in the city and see what those random sims are doing. Anyway, have a good day. I'll be back soon.